Okay, Shalom, Shalom, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Chocholoyimla, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, and Chahakodash. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, led by the Spirit, taught us His beautiful truth. Just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. This is Yahweh Nawach. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And of course, you know, King Charles was here making that speech yesterday. And Esau, you know, with his 250th year anniversary of pretty much overall enslaving you Israelites. That's what the real victory is about. That's what the victory is all about, really. That's what they're going to be celebrating with their 250th year anniversary. And while you Jake, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you Israelites that were enslaved, you're going to be going to get you a brand new barbecue grill and throwing your damn pork items on your fucking grill, them pork sausages and them pork ribs and shit to celebrate this man having his foot on your damn neck for centuries. But, you know, basically what he was kind of going into, I watched a little bit of it. He was kind of going off into, you know, all the tension between, you know, the NATO nations, you know, basically, you know, they need to come together and unify and all this other shit, you know what I'm saying? Because Trump is coming there and has totally disrupted everything, you know? Yeah, J.D. Vance, when they first came in, he was talking all kinds of shit about them so-called European countries. And so, you know, it left a bad taste in the mouth of a lot of these countries and these leaders. Because, see, these people, they have a real disdain for America. These other countries, you go to another country and you mention that you're a fucking American, they have a real serious, they hate this place, man. They hate you Edomites, and it's really all that's all division. That's a part of the scriptures, man. That's a part of end days prophecies as well. You know, the scriptures talks about how a house divided cannot stand. And so he's talking about unity, you know, coming together, you know, keeping NATO intact, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? And just basically, you know, trying to keep that power that the Lord is breaking down. But it's time for Esau's kingdom to end, and that's what you're witnessing. And you know, I've mentioned it yesterday that, you know, it's really obvious that this shit is falling because this dude is here. You know, why are you here to give a speech? You know, you could have said that shit from where you was. And then you're supposedly a king, and you coming to visit this dude. You know, you're a king and you coming to visit this dude, which thinks he's a fucking king, right? So it's all a lot of division, and we're watching this man's kingdom fall, man, because it's not gonna come back together. All that unity shit, nope, not gonna happen, because it's prophetic that the beast will hate the whore. These nations will hate the whore, and they're hating America right now because of the things that Donald Trump and his league of weirdos are doing, man. Real weird shit. Like you know, throughout my, you know, I never really followed politics too big like that before I came into the truth. But I can say that, you know, I've never seen, out of all the presidents that I've, you know, witnessed in this motherfucker, that I ain't never seen nobody act like how these people are acting, man. It's really these people are like some damn preschoolers, man. They're like some preschoolers running around, you know, and just won't, you know, just you know how kids be, man. They kind of like just be doing their own thing. They don't give a fuck about nothing else but their own thing. They talking like kids. They cracking mama jokes and shit. You know, they talking about everybody, and I wouldn't be surprised if Trump don't say nothing about this guy, like how he ragged on the Pope. You know, he out here portraying himself to be sweet white baby Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And then when you go into the comment boards on these articles, man, these Americans are fed up. I'm driving right now. I'm out, you know, in Edomiteville. You know, I'm at the plantation, but I was looking like, God damn. And this is here in Michigan. Gas is, you know, this might be cheap to somebody else somewhere else. But right now, I'm passing a gas station. That shit is $4.09. Well, basically $4.19. You know. Then the premium, you know, some of you, I don't even know, you know, you got these newer cars that take premium. Oh my. Because I know a lot of these. I remember this, because you know, chicks, they don't be paying attention to nothing. And there's one, matter of fact, this Sheetamite chick that I work with, she had went and got a car, you know, just not being wise, you know, not asking no damn questions, I guess. But when they got a car that actually used premium, fucking premium is $529 right now. So I'm passing one right now. It's basically the average right now. As a matter of fact, even in the hood, and I ain't seen no prices like that in the hood. That's at $439 in the hood. That's normally where, you know, it's all, you know, it's expensive, but it's definitely cheaper than the outskirts. I passed that shit this morning. I had to get some gas yesterday. I'm like, God damn. You know, so people going through it, man. So there's no telling what these people are about to do. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. You can look for, you know, some more false flags, maybe, you know what I'm saying, that little sloppy ass, whatever shit they had going on, you know, with that supposedly Trump getting another attempt on his life, so to speak, which looked phony as hell. But anyway, it don't even matter because people don't give a fuck, you know. But it's that division that's very important, man. The Lord is cutting these people up. He's chopping them up. He's putting them against each other. And that's why I always pray. I say pray continually that this man fall into the trap which he has set, man, for us. Let him fall on it, you know, let him fall into that fucking trap, man. All this prideful shit they doing. The 250th anniversary and thinking, you know, got all these plans for 2050, 2075. That's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. The Lord said a nation divided cannot stand. A house divided cannot stand. And these are nations of people. See, they talk as if, you know, they're, you know, we're separate countries. You know, this is the United States. You know, you guys are the UK. This. No, the Lord don't see it that way. He sees it as you are all one nation, no matter where you are. You're all one nation, no matter where you are. You're all Edomites. You ones that's over in Russia, you ones that's in Ukraine, you ones that's in Germany, you calling yourself all these different names, but biblically, you are Esau, Edom. That's the biblical nationality for the so-called white man. And he's been trying to shake that title or that name. He's a damn fugitive. But he's being found out. And that's also prophetic as well. You got to think about the wicked shit that these people have done throughout, you know, the while that they've been running the planet, man. The whole while they've been running the planet, it's been nothing but wickedness, man. This place is out of control. It's out of control. Now what he wants to do is, he wants to perpetually enslave everybody. Because that microchip is coming. Everything is digital now, man. You can't get around that shit. You know, it's a few things that you can kind of opt out to. You may not, you know what I'm saying? You can avoid a few things, but it's coming to a point where it's gonna be unavoidable. You're gonna have to get off into this man's system, his digital system, or you're gonna just be an outcast. You're not gonna be able to survive in this place, man. If you don't have, you know, the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua dealing with you, you're done. And Isaiah 33:6. But yeah, overall, you know what I'm saying? This, you know, he's urging unity. No, there's not gonna be no unity. That's a done deal. That shit is over with, buddy. Matter of fact, I'm pulling up at this light. I can read a few of these little bullet points real fast. Shit right here. This shit is 459. And that's your basics. I was kicking it with a guy yesterday at the gas station. I ain't even say nothing to him. He just came out of the gas. He's like, man, these gas prices kicking our ass. I'm like, yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet, buddy. These gas prices right here, you're gonna appreciate in the coming months, because it's gonna get even more expensive. But it says King Charles addressed a joint session of Congress on Tuesday advocating for reconciliation and renewal amid U.S.-UK tensions over the Iran war. And everybody at America's neck, man. And this dude, it's like they're losing in the that's why I'm thinking it's gonna be they're gonna throw something out here on some false flag shit. You ask me, because Trump is doing terrible in the polls. And normally when them polls drop like that, they get to doing silly shit, you know what I'm saying, to try and, get you to forget about certain things. Like, people not forgetting about these prices, man. People not forgetting about, they going to the pump. Here you go. He supposedly saves you all this money on your taxes with the big, beautiful bill. But if you saved any money, that money gone, because this one went towards his gas. Right? So, that midterm shit, they're trying to get back into the good graces of the people, man. These people are like, no. You're going to have a whole lot of Republicans that's going to jump ship, and they're going to vote Democrat just to save some money on this fucking gas. They just not going to give a fuck who's there now. They just looking for somebody to give them some relief. And we pray that the Lord continue on sticking the screws to their asses, man. Oh, look at this motherfucker. I knew it. This guy in the same spot. Got your ass. It's Esau though, man. I'm just looking at this guy. I see this guy. I already be knowing where he be sitting at. This police officer. But he sits there in a plain ass Suburban. You don't even know it's a fucking cop car. But I know where he sits at, because I be doing these routes. But and I don't know how. That's that slippery, sneaky ass Esau. He'll sit there in a plain car and let everybody zoom around, and then he jumps out there on you, instead of just, well, why not have your lights on? Why not just sit there with your lights on, and everybody will just see those lights and be like, oh, let me slow my ass down. There's a police officer. Nope, he sits there in the dark. That's Esau, man. Anyway, it's another lesson. He hunts the steps of men, man. He's that cunning hunter. The scripture says he's that cunning hunter. Okay, but it says the roughly 20-minute speech touched on the NATO, Ukraine, and shared democratic values while avoiding direct criticism of President Trump. Well, you should have criticized him. Here you go, your son in the Epstein files, he's been ousted. You done threw him out of the palace and everything, stripped him of his title, and here you go, this motherfucker, his name is in the Epstein files more than your son's, and you ain't said nothing about it. You ain't said not one word about it. And you don't even hear them even talking about this shit no more. You got this new guy. They got rid of Pam Bundy. And they got this new guy, Blanche, or whatever his name is. And they're basically just like, forget this shit. Throw that shit out, you know what I'm saying? We got more important things to do. Type of deal. We're done with the Epstein files shit. So it's a lot of division, man. They've been fronting like. I seen the one chick. She was talking about, well, yeah, he has done all his campaign promises. No, the fuck he ain't done all his campaign promises, because he promised for cheaper gas, cheaper food, affordability. He ain't came through on none of that. He talked about releasing those files, those Epstein files. Then he gets in here and he's fucking, trying to, talking about. My friends will be hurt, or people will be hurt if the files are released. Well, who gives a fuck? These are criminals. You don't care about law. But what did he do? He came through and he threw ice out there. He sicked ice on our people. Come to find out, these people weren't even, he was supposed to be going after the violent criminals. And come to find out that really none of these people are violent criminals. They are actually people that have never committed a crime, that are actually going through immigration the proper way. And they're still, rounding our people up, throwing them in these damn camps, man. So the gig is up. People starting to see through that shit. And I can see the looks on these Edomites. I just be wanting to ask them, man. But I don't say nothing to him anymore. I know, like, there's one Edomite that I work with, you know what I'm saying? He's an older Edomite. He definitely was Trump. All of them, Trump. Now all of them looking stupid as hell. You don't hear him with that Trump shit. I don't see no Trump bumper stickers now no more. I don't see that big ass flag, Trump is my president. What's them flags they got? I think it's some bullshit. Jesus is my God, and Trump is my president. Some crazy, weird shit. I don't see none of that no more. I was seeing them parading around. You know, I'm talking about this one dude, one Edomite. He had a big-ass parade float. He just drive that bitch around like a regular vehicle with a big-ass trailer on the back with these big-ass Trump flags and American flags and shit on it. I don't see that motherfucker no more. So all this right here, and it's beautiful, is ironic. You know, the Lord, he works things out beautifully, because this is actually the 250th anniversary, man. And generally, they say kingdoms, empires generally fall. And we believe that Trump is Nero, man. We can see Trump being, Nero back, because he's that foul king, bro. Roughly paraphrasing that. Yeah, he's that. He's a cruel guy, man. This dude don't care though. He stripped everything of what you Americans really need to live. He's stripping you of your educational system. He's stripping you of your your medicines, all kinds of programs that really would help the people, but he got all this money for war. He's talking about $1.5 trillion to go towards the military budget of next year. Talking about building a goddamn golden dome. If you wasn't running throughout the earth fucking with everybody, you wouldn't need to build a damn a golden dome. But you'd have made you a pariah in the planet. Everybody, you'd have made everyone your enemies. You got all this money, you don't put nothing towards the peace and prosperity of your people, and that's a foolish king, man. That's childish, bro. These people are very childish, old ass men, and they thinking that, you know what I'm saying, they have this thought that nothing can stop them, that they're gonna just be able to continue to do this shit. And maybe I'm